Hello there everyone, this is Phantom Duels and today I'm going to be doing what if Deku was betrayed. So today, so everything goes according to the anime until the USJ attack. So when everybody was in the bus, they were talking about their quirks until they got to Izuku. So when they got until when they asked Izuku, well, what is his quirk? He told Izuku told them that his quirk is enhancement that enhances in strength. And they were, and the person that was asking him gave him a look that tells him you're lying. Izuku was worried that they figured out that his quirk was given to him by All Might. But when they got to the USJ, uh, 13 was talking about her quirk, how quirks can be dangerous to other people. So they were gonna do like regiments to disasters that can happen in real life. So when we go back to Izuku, Moneta, and Sui were like stuck in the ship with we're stuck in the ship until a portal appeared with a lot of villains coming out of there. So when the portal opened up, the villains started yelling, "Nomo, come out!" So when the Nomo came out, all the villains that can go on the water, villains that can walk on land, and villains that can go to the building started doing disaster. So when everyone saw the villains, they started going to the center where Mr. Aisawa and 13 were at. So when Izuku, Manera, and Sue were getting out of the ship, Sue dropped Izuku into the water, and Izuku had to swim out of the water, and started to walk to the, but Izuku landed in, Izuku was right in front of the Nomo that was built to kill All Might. As Shigaraki told Izuku, you cannot beat this monster. He was built to kill All Might. As Izuku was thinking, I should try to help All Might. I don't want him to die. As he used one for all and started to hit the normal, but he couldn't. And remember this, guys. I might have let Izuku learn how to use, let's say, 10% of one for all. But that's all. So as Izuku tried, he broke his leg and his arm. As Shigaraki told the Nomo to grab the kid, as they grab Izuku, as the Nomo grab Izuku, and then Shigaraki yelled at the other people. As he yelled to Mr. Aisawa, saying to him, Aisawa, if you move, this kid will die. And or if any of you move, this kid will die. And they were, except Momo, Mr. Aisawa, and Kurishima. I'm just gonna say Kurishima, and them three were like worried about Izuku, but the rest of the class, they did not give a shit. That's all I'm gonna say. So when they got to Izuku was heartbroken. Nobody really cared about him. Everyone in the class were saying, except the three people that I just told you, Mr. Aizawa, Momo, and Kurishima. That's all. Nobody really cared about him. So when they got to the class, Todoroki, Uraraka, and Bakugo were like saying, "Yeah, go ahead, kill him. He's useless after all. He can't even control his own quirk." As Izuku's heart felt broken, it broke into pieces. No one cared about him. As after Shigaraki was like, "Damn, nobody cares about this kid. I feel sad for him." And then Shigaraki yelled, "Nomo, kill him!" As the Nomo punched them and shot him to a wall. As All Might came, "I am here." Yeah, with that weird look of voice. Yeah, let's go back. As All Might came, killed the Nomo, and 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 sent all the villains back to where they came from, until he went to Izuku and punched them and said, "You villain, you did not deserve my. I picked the one successor." That's what until and when then after he said that, All Might punched him straight on the guts and called the police to come and grab him. After a few minutes, the police came, got him, and put handcuffs on them and started walking him out. And everyone was like yelling, "You villain! You were he was traitor!" Everyone except Momo, Kurishima, and Mr. Aisawa were sad that Izuku was taken to jail for something he didn't do. When they were almost about to take Deku into the police car, Deku's mother was walking by from the school, because remember, after the USJ attack, All Might called the police when they got into the school. So yeah, Izuku's mom was walking to the school. So when she saw what they were doing to Izuku, she came in front and told Izuku, "What's happening? Why are they taking you to jail?" As Izuku was worried, giving her a look to move out of the way, but it was too late. The superhero named Snipe came and grabbed her and said, "Is this your mother?" Izuku nodded and gave him a look, saying, "Please don't hurt her." But Snipe just said, "Your mother will pay for the crimes you have done," and then shot her in the head as she was saying the last words, "I love you, my son." As Izuku's eye went blank, his whole heart, his face was blank, his eyes turned gray, they didn't have any emotion left. As little by little his hair was turning white. The tips of his hair were already halfway white. So when they got him into the car, Izuku gave a look to the superheroes and said to the window, "Are you happy now?" As the police car took away Izuku to the jail. As when they got to jail, Izuku was thrown into a jail cell. As he was starting to say, "I was not the U.S. traitor. I wasn't the one that betrayed the UA." As the guards were getting annoyed about this, so they slammed the door of the jail cell and told them, "Stop talking." As they did it again, slammed the cell, "Stop talking." So when they had enough of this, enough of the saying that I wasn't the traitor, they decided to hit him. They hit him so hard that it didn't knock him out. It hurt, but the other thing that they did after he got hit, it started healing a little bit. So they decided to tie him up to a chair. They tied him up to a chair, started punching him, beating him up into a glove. After beating him up, each day, one day they decided to stop, as Izuku was in his mindscape. As Izuku was like done with life. He gave up on life. His eyes truly turned blank. There was no emotion. His skin was turning paler and paler. There was nothing that can help him anymore. As we go back to Izuku, we're in his mindscape right now. Wait, let me just show you his mindscape right now. Yeah, this is Izuku's mindscape right now. We're inside his mindscape, watching how Izuku is looking at the floor, tied up to a chair, saying to himself, what have I done to this world to deserve the pain, the suffering, to see my own mother die in front of my eyes by a hero? As Izuku started shedding tears, saying, "I guess this is what life wanted me to be." As a person came up in front of Izuku. Wait, give me a second. A young man with white hair and a black jacket came in front of him, saying, "Huh, so you're my reincarnation." As Izuku looked up and said, who are you? Izuku was saying, who are you? And when the person said, I am Ken Kaneki, a ghoul. And when Izuku looked at him and said, a ghoul? Yes, I am a ghoul. And you're my reincarnation. You see, I died from saving my own family from people who were trying to kill my kind and my world. So when I die, I got a chance to get reincarnated into another world, and you are my reincarnation. So I am here to train you and to give you my power to show the hero that killed your mother and the people that betray you to never mess with you again. As Izuku was looking at him, saying, what should I do? As Kaneki said, leave your humanity. Leave it all. Leave all of your humanity and become a ghoul. As Izuku said, I will leave it all. I don't care if I lose my humanity. I don't care about it anymore. As outside in the world, the guards that were punching him were seeing that his hair turned fully white. There was no green left in them. His skin was turning paler until it turned into Kaneki's skin and into Kaneki's hair. So when the guards started to check Izuku, they saw that Izuku. Sorry guys, I'm stuttering a lot. I don't know why. So let's get back. So when the guards started checking Izuku, they saw that his hair was turning white, his skin was turning paler. So then they brought him to the hospital, to the jail hospital, so they don't have to take him out. The nurse started saying that his quirk is awakening. So when they put him out of the chair, the nurse started asking, why is he so beaten up like that? The guards started lying, saying that one of the villains in the jail cell started beating him up. The nurse couldn't believe that, but she just paid no mind about it and started healing Izuku, bandaging him up, healing his wounds. But without them, his wounds were still healing. And back to Izuku's mind, Kaneki was talking to Izuku about his powers. So when Kaneki was talking to Izuku, Izuku said, so are we gonna start training? Yes. Kaneki said yes. Kaneki told him that out here, in here, a year is 3 years. I was about to say 30. I'm sorry. I was meant to say 3. 3 years. It's 3 years. And the outside world will be a year. We'll do it until you become 18 years old. So let's keep training. As they were training, Kaneki was teaching him how to use his powers fully and everything. So yeah, I decided to do some changes to let's see, Izuku's powers. He won't need to eat human meat to survive. He can just eat regular food and he'll survive. His strength will be a lot more stronger than usual strength. His speed will be a lot more faster, and he'll have his Kaguya better. Yeah. So that's all I needed to say. So as we cut back to out of Izuku's mindscape, the nurse was seeing that Izuku's body, after a year passes, Izuku's body was growing larger. After another year, Izuku was growing muscle. Out of another year, Izuku was growing more taller and more muscles out of it. And then after the last 4 years, yes, I wanted to be 18 because I'm gonna make UA a college. You'll see in the next part. Yes. After 4 years have passed by, Izuku, as the nurse started seeing that Izuku started to wake up, Izuku was stopped changing, as she decided to call UA. In these 4 years, Mr. Aizawa and Nezu finally figured out who was the UA traitor. It was just Toga changed it to Izuku with her quirk, with her blood clone quirk, as Izuku was really as Aizawa found out that it was somebody else, because as in season 3, Izuku had like a mark on his hand because of the fight with Muscular. So the mark was not there. As Mr. Aizawa was curious, so he went to tell Nezu, and Nezu saw it too. And they were like, we found proof that Izuku Midoriya wasn't the UA traitor. But All Might didn't believe it. In this story, All Might is a dick. Forget about what I said. You did not hear that. It's just don't say what I said, okay? As Mr. Aizawa and Nezu got a call from the jail cell, from the hospital cell. They were like saying the nurse was talking to Mr. Aizawa and Nezu, saying to them that Izuku Midoriya is starting to wake up. And yes, the nurse called them earlier, telling them that Izuku Midoriya was in a coma. His body was changing and everything. And the nurse called him from the last year, told him that Izuku Midoriya was starting to wake up. As they were like, oh, shocked that he was waking up. So Nezu told Aizawa to go bring the two people that believe in Izuku. As Mr. Aizawa went to get Momo and Kurishima. When Mr. Aizawa got Momo and Kurishima, he said, Momo, Kurishima, come with me, we need to go somewhere. Everybody else were like, where are they? Why does Mr. Aizawa need them too for? As Momo and Kurishima looked at them with anger, with like a look saying, you guys don't need to know where we're going. As Mr. Aizawa was giving them all of the class the same look, but not Momo and Kurishima. As Momo and Kurishima, Mr. Aizawa and Nezu got to the jail, got to the hospital, they saw Izuku's body, and they were like, who is that man? Who is that person? And they were like, and the nurse said, that is Izuku Midoriya. As they saw Izuku Midoriya, wait, let me go do a quick pause. Yeah, sorry, I just needed to go back to the picture. Okay, as Mr. Aizawa said, Izuku, that's Izuku? Wait, sorry, I said Izuku. As Mr. Aizawa said, Midoriya. Is that Midoriya? And Nezu was saying, is that Midoriya too? Momo and Kurishima were both surprised that Izuku's quirk made him age up a lot, muscle up a lot. Especially Momo. She was blushing. She was blushing hard like a tomato as she saw that Deku was shirtless. So when she saw him, she was blushing like a tomato, and Kurishima saw that and gave her a smirk, giving her a smirk, saying, looks like Izuku someone has a crush on Izuku. This is, as Kurishima said, so how long has Izuku been like this? As the nurse said, Izuku has been like this for 4 years. As they noticed that Izuku was changing a lot. So when Kurishima, Momo, and Mr. Aizawa and Nezu went inside, they saw that Izuku's eyes opened up. As his eyes opened up, he looked around and saw Momo, Kurishima, and Mr. Aizawa and Nezu. He said, Mr. Aizawa, is that you? And Mr. Aizawa said, yes, problem child, it's me. And he looked and he saw Kurishima and Momo, and he was like, hey Momo, hey Kurishima, hey Momo, why are you guys here? As they started crying, saying, we thought you died. As they said, why would I die? And he looked at and he looked at where he was, and he was in the hospital. As he remembered what Kaneki told him, that he was in a coma, and he was like, "Oh." Sorry guys about that. As he said, "Oh, how long has it been?" And they told him 4 years. So I'm 18 years old now, huh? As they were like, yes. As Izuku saw that he was shirtless, as Izuku saw, sorry guys, as Izuku saw a black shirt, and he grabbed it and put it on, and a green jacket. And he put on the green jacket that you see on the screen right now. Yeah, that jacket. As Izuku put on the jacket and told them, "So, why are you guys here?" And as Mr. Aizawa told him, "We figured out that you weren't the UA traitor." As then Aizawa told Nezu to explain. As Nezu explained everything to Izuku, and Izuku was giving Nezu the biggest smile you ever seen a person give to a mouse. As Izuku said, "Thank you, Mr. Aizawa, thank you, Nezu, and thank you, Momo and Kurishima, for believing in me." As Momo, she was still crying, and then she got up and went straight up to Deku and hugged them tight. Yeah, guys, you know where I'm going with this. I ain't gonna be changing Momo to be, what was her name from Tokyo Ghoul? She was Kaneki's girlfriend on the 3rd season. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the 3rd season, watch it. You'll find out what I mean about girlfriend. Yeah, so as Momo was hugging him and crying, saying, "Please don't ever go back into a coma." As Izuku hugged her back and said, "I won't." As Mr. Aizawa said, "Tomorrow morning you'll be leaving, or we could just leave right now." As Deku said, "We can leave right now if you guys want to." As Mr. Aizawa told him, "Okay." Deku grabbed everything that belonged to him. He put on the jacket that he found, and the green jacket that he found. As he put it on, yeah, I know Izuku's hair is the same term. It's very long. I mean long, like the same height, the same length as that you see on the screen right now. That's how Izuku looks like. Just that he has grayish eyes, not green eyes like you see on the screen. As Izuku looked at Momo, and Momo was blushing madly just because of looking at Izuku. As Izuku went towards her and told her, "Are you okay?" And then she was just stuttering real bad. So when they left, they got into UA. Nezu told all the teachers to come into the office, the meeting room, I mean. And when they got to the meeting room, they saw a tall, white-haired man with grayish eyes and pale skin and a green jacket. As Nezu said, "This is Izuku Midoriya." As Izuku told them, "Hi." Sorry, guys. "Hi." As Izuku's as everyone were like telling Nezu, "He's a villain. He's the traitor of the UA." As Nezu said, "He isn't." As Nezu showed them proof that Izuku wasn't the traitor, and showed them the DNA test of the door, and saw that it wasn't Izuku's DNA. It was someone else's, and saw that Izuku didn't have the mark on his hand. So when Izuku was looking around, he saw Snipe and All Might looking at him with fear. All Might was not scared of Izuku. He was like saying, "Still, you filthy scum." you're still a villain and you're still weak. Yes, I know it's not all, but still. As Izuku went straight to Snipe, looking at him, and told him, "Are you ready to pay for what you did to my mother?" Changing his voice into a dark tone voice, saying, "Are you ready to pay to what you did to my mother?" Changing his voice so dark that even everyone in the whole school could feel a tremendous amount of bloodlust just spilling out of Izuku as Izuku cracked his finger and summoned out 4 Kaguya's and grabbed Snipe, threw him to the wall, punched him until he couldn't breathe anymore, cracked his mask, broke his jaws, he broke his face, and then Toaisawa and Nezu that if they try to stop him, they will know how it feels to lose your mother in front of you, the last person who ever cared about you. As they were like, "Go ahead, we don't care about him. That was his fault for killing your mother, so go ahead and kill him." As Mr. Aisawa and Nezu were like, "Please don't kill him." As I said, they were like saying, "Go ahead and do whatever you want, just don't kill him." And then Izuku looked at All Might with his red eye and told them, you'll be next, All Might." As All Might felt all the anger, all the hatred coming towards him, as Snipe was like about to grab his weapon, as Izuku grabbed his hand, broke it, punched him in the face, sent him flying to outer space, and Izuku just grabbed Snipe's weapon and shot him 3 times and brought him back down and told Snipe, "Don't ever mess with my family again or touch anyone that I know or care about." As Izuku's powers went back to him and his eye went back to normal, everyone was shocked. They were even so scared that Izuku had this much power, as they saw Izuku as the weakling one who couldn't control his quirk. But when All Might felt all that fear, he was really not wanting to mess with this kid anymore. As All Might tried to go apologize, but Izuku kicked them in the jaws and sent them flying to a wall and told them, you'll be next if you keep talking to me," with the deepest, scariest tone alive. As Izuku looked at Momo and Kurishima and told them, "Well, let's get a move on," with a happy tone, like nothing happened. As Momo and Kurishima were like, yes, okay, let's go." As they got into the classroom, Mr. Aisawa came in first and told them, "Okay, everyone, sit back down." As Mr. Aisawa, as everyone yelled, "Mr. Aisawa, where was that much bloodlust coming from?" No, sorry, I didn't mean to say bloodlust. As they yelled, "Mr. Aisawa, what was that much power coming from?" As he yelled, as Mr. Aisawa said, "Oh, that was coming from the teachers' meeting room." As they were like, "But who did it?" As Momo and Kurishima came talking to each other happily and everything, as everyone was shocked that they were happy. As in their mind, everyone was like saying, "But they were sad like a while ago. Ever since that villain went to jail." As Mr. Aisawa said, "If you guys are thinking that Izuku Madara was the traitor, he wasn't. He was just framed by someone named Toga, her quirk that like grabbed blood from Izuku because of the Jewish jet. Because before the US jet, she got blood from him and changed into him." And as everyone was shocked at what they heard, when they heard that, they were all scared that Izuku was gonna come after them. As a person with white hair, gray eyes, pale skin, came into the door with a green jacket and said to them, "Hi, hi there," as Mr. Aizawa said. "Oh yes, this is." Izuku gave him the look, saying, "Say it." "This is Izuku Midori." Everyone was shocked, really shocked, and said, "That is not Izuku. He is not a tall, white-haired person." As Mr. Aizawa said, his quirk awakened after a few weeks of being beaten up by villains in the jail cell, which is technically a lie because there was cameras in the jail cell and we saw the guards beating him up. So the guards were fired, and so after Izuku got beaten up to a clump, his hair turned white and his quirk started to awaken him. So they sent him into a 4-year coma. After the 4-year coma was over, Izuku, let's just say his body started changing. He's not the same old Izuku Midori you guys know. As Izuku sent out a lot of bloodlust and looked at them with the deepest voice you guys can imagine, saying, "Are you guys ready? Did you guys miss me?" And giving them a devilish grin, looking up Bakugo and Todoroki at everyone, looking at them as they were all scared for their life. As Mr. Aizawa told Deku, "Come, problem child, put all your power away," as Deku was like, "Okay." He put all his power back. He pulled back his power and sat in his seat next to Momo. As Momo was looking at him, still blushing. As Izuku smiled at her, everybody saw that he smiled at her. As, yes guys, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make Todoroki be jealous that she's be jealous. As Todoroki was mad, really mad that Momo was smiling at Izuku. As Momo's blushing at a villain who's really not a villain. I don't know why, but as Todoroki got up from his desk and stand up and said, "I want to challenge Izuku Midoriya." As Mr. Aizawa said, was like thinking and saying, "This might be a good opportunity to test Izuku's powers." As Mr. Aizawa said, "Okay, but we're not doing a physical combat. You guys are going to be doing the quirk examination again, and whoever gets the highest grade is the winner." As they did the ball throw, everyone was yelling, "Go Todoroki! Beat that villain! Go Todoroki! Beat that villain!" As Momo and Kurishima were like, "Oh, this kid, they don't know who they're gonna mess with." As Mr. Aizawa in his head was like, problem child is more stronger than anyone in this class, and they're yelling Todoroki. As Mr. Aizawa yelled throw the ball to Todoroki and told him, "Throw it as high as you can." As Todoroki did it with his fire quirk, grabbed the ball, threw it with his fire quirk, and the ball went, let's say a good amount of, wait, let me think. Let's say a good amount of 15 meters long. Yeah, I'm kidding. I know I'm making fun of Todoroki. Don't start commenting that I made everything wrong. We're gonna be doing 500 feet, 500 meters, or Jesus, what was it? 500? Yeah, 500 meters. Then it was Izuku's turn, as Izuku activated his eye. As when they saw it, they were all creeped out. They were like, what is this quirk? As they all felt the power coming out of it, as Izuku put one of his Kaguya's on his hand and just threw the ball. As the ball broke through, let's just say at least eight sound barriers. It broke through 8 sound barriers as they were all shocked. All they heard was a shockwave coming 8 times. As Mr. Isawa thought that it said infinite. It said dead end. Mr. Isawa was like, Problem Child is the winner of the first challenge. As Todoroki was pissed. He was actually pissed for once. Even though he's used his fire sign, he was pissed. As Mr. Isawa was like, next, the strength test. As Mr. Isawa said Todoroki first. Todoroki used his eyes and put ice on his hand. And Mr. Isawa told him to punch it. Sorry for stuttering a lot. As Mr. Isawa told him to punch it, he punched it with the eyes and got another 500. I am sorry, guys. I'm not trying to be rude to Todoroki, but another 500 will be fine. As Izuku just did it without any quirk, and punched it and just broke it. He broke the whole machine. There was nothing left of it. As everyone, jaws, mouth, dropped to the floor. As Ochakaho and Bakuho where Ochakaho was surprised, Bakuho was pissed as Izuku started calling them that, okay? I'm sorry, but I'm gonna call people that Izuku don't like ho, okay? That's all. As Mr. Isawa was, the winner is Izuku Midoriya at the third challenge. The third challenge was the jumping side to side. Izuku won again. I'm not gonna do Todoroki's score. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna do it. As the next one was the running. Todoroki used his eyes. As Izuku made it there in 1.5 milliseconds. I'm kidding. I can't make a goal that fast. As he made it there in 1.6 seconds, he got there because of jumping with his Kage. So let me say this: the Kage gives you a boost. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm sorry. As Izuku grinned at Todoroki and told him, "I win." And Mr. Isawa yelled, "Izuku Midoriya is the winner." Todoroki was pissed, so mad that you can even see his fire just rising from his other side. As Mr. Isawa canceled his quirk and told him, "You can't attack Problem Child." As I said, Problem Child wins. As Izuku just grabbed his coat and put it on and started to walk back in class. As Ochakaho started walking towards him and tried to hug him, as she would say, "Izuku-kun," as Izuku just boom punched her straight on the guts and told her, no, not punch her, jumped off. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude to a girl, so as she just used his quirk and jumped off as she was trying to hug him, but when she tried, he just jumped off. As Izuku was like, "Oh, come on, Ochaka." As he was singing his sad, "You stupid hoe, are you thinking I'm gonna get back with you?" as he was angry inside of his head. So let's just say he has Kaneki's attitude in the beginning of the anime. Once he let go of his humanity, as Izuku just went back to the classroom. Everyone in the classroom was quiet, really quiet. They were all quiet. As Mr. Sawa was continuing the class. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it here. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This is one of my first videos I ever made for my channel. So I hope you liked it. Bye.